Uvalde was such a mess that it lends itself to that. The fact that they waited outside for
Oh,
over
yeah.
an
And they
hour.
lied. They said that they didn't.
Multiple times. Which
Yeah.
time? When they lied about the teacher leaving the back door open, when they lied about the security officer
That they lied
stopping
that
the
they even
guy,
tried to go into the
that
room.
there was even a security officer there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the door wasn't even locked. They
Mm-hmm.
then
They
lied
didn't
and
even
said,
try.
"Oh, the
Yeah.
door was locked. We tried to open it. It wasn't even fucking locked." And then they
Uh-huh.
were like, "Oh, we didn't have the key for the door." They had all the keys. I mean, what? You hear that and it's like, "Fuck, man. I get why people are like, okay, seems a little fishy." Is their argument just that it's a life? It's a little
Abortion
life.
stops a beating heart. That's one of my.
So does a bullet.
Yeah.
And they're not anti-war most of the time.
No,
Which is,
they're
I
very
always find it
much
interesting, is that you're cool
pro-war.
sending 18-year-olds to go die,
Yeah.
and that's not.
It's the idea of a human life, not an actual one, that matters to them, I think. Because they're also like, they don't really care about like school shootings and stuff in the same way.
Well, I don't know. That's a bold statement. That's a
Well-
bold. That you just took it to 100,
Whatever.
right? I'm over here like, yeah, they don't care about sending, soldiers off to war. And you're like, yeah, they don't care if children die either. And I was like, Jesus.
Well, how is okay? An 18-year-old is still a child. I have a teen brother. He's a child.
Yeah,
I
but
can't even
I think
picture him with
most
holding
of those,
a gun.
I don't think you can say that the people that are anti-abortion also are like pro-school shooting. That's kind of
It's not that they're
that's a
pro
little
school
wild.
shooting. It's they call it like a false flag operation or something that's like pretend.
I think
it's
that's a
not actually
conspiracy
happening.
thing. Yeah, there are a lot of people that think that was big with Sandy Hook, right? They thought it was a
Yeah,
government.
Alex Jones got
Well,
actually finally in trouble for
The problem. Oh yeah, he's getting sued.
Yeah,
A lot of money.
Yeah, because he's a jerk.
The problem is Uvalde was such a mess that it lends itself to that. The fact that they waited outside for
oh
over
yeah,
an
and they
hour.
lied. They said that they didn't.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Which time? When they lied about the teacher leaving the back door open, when they lied about the security officer
That they lied
stopping
that
the
they
guy,
even tried to go into the room.
that there was even a security officer there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the door wasn't even locked.
Mhm.
They then
They
lied
didn't
and
even
said,
try,
"Oh, the
yeah.
door was locked. We tried to open it. It wasn't even fucking locked." And then they
Uh-huh.
were like, "Oh, we didn't have the key for the door." They had all the keys. I mean, what? You hear that and it's like, "Fuck, man. I get why people are like, okay, seems a little fishy."
Yeah, well, that's part of why I went there.
You
'Cause,
went
like,
there?
Well, because people. No, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay, I
that's
was
part of
gonna say,
why
well,
you
this
were
is
like
gonna
you
be-
went there, like that. That's part of why I said what I said because it's
Oh, I
like
thought you said you meant
no,
you
I
went
didn't-
to Uvalde, and I was
No,
like,
I
"What
didn't go to
the fuck
Uvalde.
was that
I've never
like?"
been. I've been like through Texas one time in my life. I don't know, man. But like they, the reason I said they don't really care is because they don't. Because they can hear something like that and still say that it's like some sort of Democrat plot to take our guns away or whatever. And
I think it's multifaceted. I think that is a very small segment of the group that does believe it's a false flag. The gun thing gets dicey because people say the argument against it is we're not trying to take away guns.
Mhm.
We're just trying to limit who can get guns, and we're trying to limit, the access to certain types of guns. And the argument against that is that's not true. You guys, it's going to start here and it's going to progress, which there's unfortunately or fortunately there is validity to that too, because you had the Philadelphia mayor come out a couple days ago and say, I want us to take everybody's gun. And this is the mayor of Philadelphia saying that. We need to take everybody's guns. We need to be more like Canada. And the right hears that and thinks, fuck, they are trying to take guns. It's like there's no middle ground for the sane person anymore. That's the problem. There's no middle ground of, can't we just be reasonable with each other? And
well, that's yeah. I mean, it's another spot where it's like it feels like progress is impossible when like it's just like
friction.
Because I don't want to take a man's 100-gun arsenal away if he's just gonna be hella mad and shoot me about it. Like that's not really what I want. But I also like don't want to have a culture where that is like a normal thing to just collect a stockpile and then maybe use it one day on
have you ever been shooting?
Yeah, I have.
Do you enjoy
I've been
it?
to like a gun range. Yeah.
Then like the way you said that made me think, have you been to a gun range?
Solemnly swear. I've shot a gun. Yes. It was fine. I
Didn't do
wasn't
anything
like
for you.
I wasn't like, oh, I need one of these at home. I don't I think I don't know. Guns are a trip and I don't know the answer to all that. I think that for starters it'd be cool if we made this country a little easier to live in for people so they didn't feel so desperate to leave it. and take some people with them.
That's the big thing. I think we need to start focusing on why people are doing these things. Because
Yeah.
after talking to you for a little bit, I don't feel like you would go shoot up a school. I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
If I ever wanted to use a gun on someone, it'd probably just be myself, and I would leave. Like I don't need to take other people out too. But I do get I had this a high thought one time where it was like, how do you best spread like a message? And I was thinking about people that spread a message through, shooting up a school, and it's like it does seem like that is disseminating something like that, to the point that like we're talking about it right now, and we all know the name Uvalde now, and like I don't know the dude's name though, which is kind of cool.
Well, that's another factor. There's the fame aspect.
Yeah,
right? That's what a lot of these have come out to be. Is it's almost like a copycat killing in the sense that these are people who live in darkness, and this is their one way of getting out there.
Yeah, or
and
they
of
feel
having their
so
face
unheard
everywhere.
in their day-to-day life that it's like, well, this
Or
guy
bullied. We can talk about that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you can't even abort them now. You just gotta pop them out.
I couldn't hear you at first. I thought you said something about boredom, and then you said abort them, and you think I went
that
there.
That should be the best case for being pro-abortion, right?
Is to abort the
Maybe
murder
that
boys.
kid's gonna be a serial killer someday.
Or maybe he cures cancer or whatever they say. I don't know.